This is happening at Al-Aqsa, um, outside of Al-Aqsa, when everyone is celebrating. You know how you guys were celebrating, eating, right? Around
Mm.
Al-Aqsa, there's a security police, right? Is that correct? I just want to get this right.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
You don't know
Yes.
how angry I was. You don't know how angry I was when I DM all these artists from Israel, and I told them, look, what kind of bullshit is this? What kind of how do you feel about this? I want to hear from you before we go live again. How do you feel about this video? The one that I sent, the one that you guys sent to me, the one that I just forwarded to them. They're like, Caprice, it looks very bad. We understand it looks very bad, but we are the
But
police people that takes care of Al-Aqsa. Yeah, there's a but. You know, they gave me a but. They said, Caprice, I want you to look at this. No, but hold on. Hold on. This but look at this. Look at this, Caprice. I just show you. Can I show you? Can I just show you?
yeah, yeah, sure.
Okay. In this, everyone is laughing. In this video, people are just having fun. Everyone's having fun. There's one police, one army guy running. He's running for his life. He's by himself. Maybe, just watch it. Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on.
Did she tell you that he's running because we attack him?
Oh my God.
It's like that. It's one by one, not thousands of you attacking innocent people.
And see, I'm trying to start a new way of thinking among the Israelis. I mean, I'm with the Palestinians. I've been behind you guys for many years. You know, like I was there at the American embassy when the U.S. announced that Jerusalem is the capital of Israel. I was at the front of the U.S. embassy. I don't know if you guys remember me. I was viral because I called the U.S. embassy. I was crying. I called them up. I was at the front line, right? So,
You were in Jerusalem back then?
No. The U.S. embassy in Malaysia.
Okay, in Malaysia. Oh, okay,
Yeah. So
okay.
remember how they announced that Jerusalem was the capital of Israel?
Yeah, in 2018.
Everyone, like my friends and I, we just marched towards the American embassy. But before I marched to the embassy, I actually called the U.S. embassy and I was crying. That was the video that went viral, and I went to the U.S. embassy. So after my IG live with the Israeli, I always give them a chance to explain themselves, to talk to me. So when they sent a video of an army guy running for his life, he's scared. He's obviously scared, right? But we have to ask the question: why did the guy push him?
Yes.
What would be the answer?
Okay, can you please say something here?
Yes,
okay. The main thing that I was laughing because it's so funny that everything is obvious, but despite that, they try to play the victim role. I mean, stop. For God's sake, stop. It doesn't make any sense. I can't, I'm speechless. But the thing is, when they show you the video, the first question to say, why the soldier entered the mosque in the first place? That's the very important question. The second question is, in case he entered the place, following the international law, they're not allowed to go into Al-Aqsa. Al-Aqsa is in the East Jerusalem, which is under the Palestinian Authority, so we have the control over this side of Jerusalem. So you're not following the law, and then you're asking me why I'm doing such a reaction? That's number one. And number two. Third of all, people are not having stones. People are there praying and celebrating Jum'ah, and yesterday you announced the ceasing the fire based on not attacking and invading Al-Aqsa. So all the reasons is pointing out to them, not to us.
I understand all that, and I told them this will never stop. Do you agree? Do you agree that this will never stop? If one side keeps fighting and this side keeps pushing, this will never stop. Am I right? Is this something that we all can agree?
Yeah,
Yes.
of course.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, but
if
the
you look
silliest,
at
but the silliest thing is when you compare the video that we sent to them, you can clearly see like a dozen of military soldiers in full uniform bombs and this
No,
and
no,
that.
but this is
When,
before.
as to
This is
compare
before
with
the
this video, right?
yeah, yeah.
Even if it's
but
before, they were
compared to
trying
this
to scare
video-
people.
No. But regardless, compared to putting a full army uniform with a gun, running like crazy, it's clear that it's just acting, and it's like really ridiculous acting. If there was really an attack, that would be like 3 or 4 short people running after him. No, he's not. What is he running away from?
It's not only
like,
that,
if
why
they are
he
saying
came.
that video validifies.
Why would they come in with a gun to the people in the mosque? People in the mosque, and you come them with a gun. Maybe they are running away, and suddenly he pushed you, and that doesn't verify you attacking us. I mean, they always try to find a reason why Palestinians are being attacked because they started this.
Exactly. You know, I understand. I understand all of this, and we've been here like for many years. I mean, I was there at the U.S. Embassy. I was protesting in front of the U.S. Embassy. I was the one that called the U.S. Embassy. I feel the pain of the Palestinians. I've been doing it as much as I can. You know, we made a strong diplomacy for the sake of the ummah, for the sake of peace. You know, when I had that dream, you know, in my life, when I had that dream, it was it was clear as day. That dream I had, the day that I was very angry with Israel. That day that I was so angry when all the videos went viral. That was the same day that I made the song, and that was the same day that the song went viral, and that was the same day that I had that dream. You know, for me, it's I feel like there has to be a different, you know, there has to be a different way to approach this matter. You know? If we just,
my friend from Sheikh Jarrah, he want to come in.
Sure.
And one more thing, Mr. Caprice, actually, we need to remember that in Palestine, Al-Aqsa and the East Jerusalem is under the Palestinians' authority under the international law. So we have the right in all the means to support and defend ourselves. They keep on forgetting this and defend and blaming us for attacking them, as they call it. We have the right under the international law. So from the first place, it's not even a common sense conversation because it's not built on a base. We need to have a base before going into any conversation.
Israel, the Benjamin Netanyahu don't even care about the law. That's the problem.
Exactly. Yes.
He doesn't care about the law.
Yes, they don't.
Din, you keep saying that what happened in Sheikh Jarrah, they keep delaying the court dates for them to take over Sheikh Jarrah. The court belongs to Israel or the international? Yeah, who does it belong to?
The court is. I'm sorry, I'm laughing, Silab. It's so funny. Actually, the lawyers, the court, the police officers, everyone is settlers, Zionists, not only Israelis, okay? So they are the one who are dealing with you, and they want to win this case. They want to take over Sheikh Jarrah in any way. So it's very hard. We can get Palestinian lawyers or any lawyer who we can trust, but the main statement and the decision makers are settlers, are Israeli. So this is the hard part, because people of Palestinian, they don't want to go to the court. They believe they are the right one, but they have to. They go there and they know they are dealing with injustice, with people who doesn't care about what they are really saying, because they want to do their plan in any way. So they feel it's wasting of time, but they keep on trying.
They know that they will win. So what's the point of delaying the court? You know, maybe they try to portray the image trying to be legal and all.
Actually the main thing, they delay the court in Ramadan because people everywhere, they were using safe Sheikh Jarrah neighborhood, okay? So people, they got this pressure from the media, and they wanted people to cool down, but no one cooled down. Even we were more angry after the attack on Al-Aqsa and Al-Aid and Gaza. So it was more on fire. After this, they delayed the court to August. It was supposed to be in May. They delayed to August. They want us to forget. But the activists in Sheikh Jarrah and Palestinians, they didn't forget. even the attack in Gaza is finished, we were saying today that we still need to keep going and supporting this case.
Maybe you can share why is it important for us to protect Sheikh Jarrah from the oppressors, from the settlers?
Sure, my pleasure. The main issue is, as I told you, it's the east and the west side of Jerusalem. In the middle of the east and the side, there is Sheikh Jarrah neighborhood. Okay, so Israel controlled the west side. They want to take over the east side, so they have Jerusalem city. If they were able to take this middle line, which is Damascus Gate, Sheikh Jarrah, nearby Al-Aqsa Mosque, it will be much more easier to take over the other cities in Palestine. Despite that, they control the checkpoints in all Jerusalem city from each side. So they want to make it easier for them. Sheikh Jarrah neighborhood is like the heart of Jerusalem. Allah. It's in the middle of Jerusalem. That's why if we make it very outstanding thing, because in Palestine, Israel have been taking many other neighborhoods, not only Sheikh Jarrah. But Sheikh Jarrah is very significant and very important. It's different than any other neighborhood, because we are talking about Jerusalem, the capital of Palestine, not to be controlled by Israelis. That's why it's very, very important. Despite the ethnic cleansing, despite the disposition of people, despite that they will leave people homeless, despite the law, everything they're doing, that's the main thing that we need to support Sheikh Jarrah for. Yeah.
Okay. So you guys, korang semua boleh continue guna hashtag save Sheikh Jarrah, inshallah.
Yes.
That's crazy. Last night, how they told me that because they couldn't pay rent, that's what they would get out. You know what I mean?
Because
that's a lie. That's a lie. I can send you a video.
Know that we can tell from their faces.
Yeah.
It's a lie. You know what I mean?
You know the video of this girl that this is my house, how you steal my house. Another journalist, she interviewed Yaqub. Yaqub, he is originally from America, so he's American Israeli settler. He told her, obviously, this house was closed. No one is allowed to go there because we wanted to destroy the house because the Palestinian family, they built it illegally. So no one is supposed to live there. The girl asked him, if they need to destroy, why you live in the house? If it needs to be destroyed, no one should leave. Why they give you the priority, not the Palestinian, to live there? So there is 3 main interviews in English. I will make sure to send it to you to know the real story in short on what happened in Sheikh Jarrah neighborhood. And actually the story of Sheikh Jarrah has been there for 50 years. 50 years. Many families were left. And it's a big district. I will not say Ambang. Ambang is very big. Tamam Milati, Milawati. It's a big place, but this neighborhood is only 1 jalan. Tapi Sheikh Jarrah is very big, and they've been trying. They already did. They made many families leave their homes in 2009, in 2000 as well. But this year is very critical.
What's the current condition now?
In Sheikh Jarrah.
Yeah.
Okay, a minute. The friend is requesting, Muhammad, I can't see your name. Actually, Muhammad. The main condition now, they're not allowing people to go in and out from the neighborhood. If you are a citizen of the neighborhood, you can leave, but you need to prove your ID. But none of your friends can go inside if they are not real citizens. And they allow the settlers to go in. And even 2 days ago, they attacked a girl in her back, in one of the spine, okay. Oh, Muhammad, I can't see your name. Muhammad, مش شايفة اسمك. Here is Muhammad. Okay, so her father also was shot in the leg. She was shot in the back. She went to the hospital. She was, her back was broken in one vertebra as well.
Assalamu alaikum.
Hello. He is inside the neighborhood now.
Oh, mashallah.
That's the house. That's the house you asked me for. There was 4 families, 4 Palestinian families called Al-Ghawi living there in 2009. ورجينا مكان الخيمة والشجرة. When they left their homes forcefully, they stayed in a tent beside their house, in front of their house, for a couple of days under this tree. You can see the tree. It's the real story. And then they had to leave to find another good place. They rented a place outside the neighborhood. But after this, the family, the mother, the grandmother, she kept on coming every day to her home, knocking the door and just standing by, drinking coffee or tea or just crying. That's why they also have chairs, because they keep on sitting there claiming that this is my home. I need to go back there and I will go back there. The other families in the neighborhood doesn't want the same story to happen to them again. They're trying to be united as much as they can.
Of course.
Yeah. محمد بس ثواني، في معانا محمد تاني، فمحمد خليك بالبث، لما محمد يخلص ندخل محمد تاني. تمام يا شباب، لأنه مش ملحقة أتبع.
تمام.
يا خليك معنا هلا، فحكينا إذا في شيء معين، وين الأهالي، وين منى، وين العيلة.
حاليا بدي اطلع هلا ولا اضل في الباث عشان اعرف؟
لا خليك بس بحكي كنت عن محمد ليسمعني عشان مش قادرة ألحق أكتب.
تمام. طيب بدي اورجيكم بالضبط. هلا هون هذا بيت القاسم، بجاور بالضبط لبيت الغاوي. هذا البيت مهدد يقسموه من النص. هذا من البيوت المهدد انه ياخذوها من النص. بيت عائلة القاسم.
هذا ما كان في سبيكرز مرة وسرقوهم، بتذكر.
ايوه هذا هو البيت. طبعا هاي البيت اللي اخذوه المستوطنين. بيت عائلة. هلا برجيك اياه.
You can you see the painting? Yeah, the whole neighborhood is threatened to leave. This is the very viral picture. We will not leave. لن نرحل. It's written, we will not leave. We can see the grandfather standing there claiming his home. And in the remembrance of catastrophe, they were doing their protesting in a very artistic way, supporting themselves in art. This is the place where Yaqub is. This is where Yaqub is. The American settler.
هذا البيت اللي يعقوب بسكن فيه مقسوم من النص. أورجيكم بالضبط وين.
You can see where Yaqub is living. This whole place, the owner of this place, he said, me and my wife.
هذا كله لا يعقوب مقسوم من النص، ساكن فيه يعقوب. وهذا البيت اللي بسكن فيه عائلة الكرد.
هذيك الزاوية بس.
بالضبط هي الزاوية.
يعني هم بيضطروا يمشوا قدام بيتهم ليفوتوا للمنطقة الجوانية لحتى يدخلوا على البيت. شوف كمية القهر يعني. حسبي الله. So you can see all this house, خليني بس دقيقة, is for Yaqub, and only the small corner inside is for the Palestinian family. And the Palestinian father, he was saying, me and my wife, we worked for so many years to get the money to build this house, so it is for us. And then they left the home and they only living in a very small apartment from this home, a very small place. Only that one you can see at the corner. Only this one is for the Palestinian family, and the other one is for the Israeli settler. So in order for me, as an owner of this house, as a Palestinian, is to walk by my home, seeing someone else living, in order to get to the other door that only the Israeli government give it to me. This is a kind of pain that they have to experience in their daily life. Astaghfirullah. Yeah.
Is the guy in the viral video still there?
Is he still
yes,
there?
he's living there. He's living there. Yes, he's living there.
Yes.
They made an interview with him a couple of days ago. I will send it to you.
Knock on the door.
بيحكي لك دق على يعقوب.
يعقوب لما تكون موجودين تكون بتعرفش او تكونش البيت اصلا تيجي اخر الليل تدخل على بيته.
Okay, he says sometimes he's not in the home, he just come back home at the end of the day. And even Yaqub said, by the way, this is something funny. Like, they should be lucky, they're lucky because I'm staying here. I'm a peaceful man. If someone else is staying here, he would be calling the police all the time because they are annoying me.
Oh my God, they are delusional. Seriously, on another level.
طيب أهالي الحي وينهم؟
كمان دي هلا بكون معك بدقيقة بس.
يلا. By the way, Muhammad, he's a journalist, and he was suffering to enter into the neighborhood. Supposedly he's allowed to enter, but they didn't allow him previously, so he was waiting outside.
بخصوص تحدثيني عن اهل الحي، يعني في جزء خفيف موجود هي هون عند الخيمه متجمعين، اغلبهم لحد هلا ما في حدا طالع، راح مش عارفين بالضبط الموجودين ومع الشيء اللي صاير اليوم، بس على الاغلب يعني مع ساعات المساء راح يطلعوا كلهم.
أكيد.
حاليا
يس.
عدد غير بسيط من الشباب الموجوده. هاي الخيمه طبعا قدام عائله الكل. هذه الجداريه رسموها.
Yeah, this one is very nice. They make this wall art. They wrote the name of each family and each family member who stay in this neighborhood to prove that we will stay here. And they choose this planet, which I forget the name in English, because it shows that we are patient. You know? إيش الصبار كان؟ A cactus, yes, it's the cactus. To prove that we are patient and it's hard and we are hard as this planet is. We are originally and our root is from this land. So they made it on Saturday, on the 73rd remembrance of catastrophe Nakba, to prove that they belong to Palestine.
طيب طيب حنفكر هاي المدخل هاي السر الروح
You can see the entrance is there. People are not allowed to enter. It's blocked. Before, if you watch the news, protests used to come all over the neighborhood from that entrance. Now it's blocked.
يعني كمية قوات الاحتلال الموجودة هون، يعني في قوات عدد كبير موجود. هون برضه مداخل أيضا منها فيها جدارية مقطوعة، هاي المقطوعة اللي هي أهلا بكم.
Welcome to Sheikh Jarrah neighborhood. The strong Sheikh Jarrah neighborhood. They made it also. I mean, I like it how they protest with art, right? I mean, yeah. And they call us terrorists.
الجدارية اللي شفتيها غاد تبعون العائلات، طبعا يعقوب اعترض عليها. يعقوب بيحكي انه كان بده اياهم ينعوا يمسحوها، بيحكي ليش؟ انه هاي قدام بيتي، فبديش بس بديش يرسموا شيء قدام بيتي. لحد هلا الحمد لله ما صار شيء ما رسموه وهو متخبي.
يعقوب ما بيهش ولا بينش. Yes, he told me that Yaqub, he was asking them to erase this painting because he said this is the wall of my home. This is beside my home. So how come you do it without asking me? But Palestinians didn't follow his like they didn't answer his demand. And thank God, I mean, they didn't do anything much because sometimes they try to tease Palestinians and we can see them erasing stuff. It happened.
طيب هذه عائلة دياب اللي مجاورة لعائلة الكرد. طبعا عائلة دياب هاي اللي كانت
عمو دياب اللي كان انجرح وانصاب.
صالح دياب، مظبوط، صالح دياب. الاقتحامات كلها كانت اللي تصير في هذا المنزل. هو
This is the Diab family. شفناها. This family, the father of this family, actually he was injured in his leg. He was using walking sticks, and he also was injured in his lungs as well. So this family, I'm not sure how many members inside, but during the protest, many guys were trying to hide in this home. So it's very familiar for us because we were watching the live sessions every single day in Ramadan. So this is inside the home. This is Ammo. This is Salih Diab.
السلام عليكم.
السلام عليكم. هاد رمزي كمان.
السلام عليكم.
عليكم السلام. عمو احنا معك من ماليزيا. هدول جماعة هون بماليزيا داعمين كثير للقضية وبيوقفوا معكم ومهتمين يعرفوا كثير عن مشكلة الحي. شرحنا لهم قد ما بنقدر نوصل صوتكم إن شاء الله.
على راسي على راسي. أهلا وسهلا فيكم. الله يبارك
الله
فيكم.
يخليك.
الله يبارك فيكم. الله يرضى عليكم.
الحمد لله على سلامتك.
الله يسلمكم. طيب هذا البيت هو على الثياب برضه. هذا البيت مع اللي مهدد في انه ياخذوه اليهود قوات الاحتلال. لحد هلا زي ما بتعرفي انه جمد القرار، والمحكمه جمدت قرار بخصوص البيوت. لحد هلا مش معروف ايش ممكن
أيوة
يصير
أكيد.
لقدام. مش معروف ايش ممكن يصير لقدام. طبعا هاي المستوطنين ارجع.
You can see the settlers, and
yes.
he mentioned to me, he confirmed that the court, they still didn't announce any statement, and that's the main thing. That's why people are staying there. But Diab family is one of the main families that it's threatened, and they send her the order to leave their homes in Ramadan. So now they're still unstable. They don't know they should stay or not. And now the settlers, every single day since Ramadan, they were gathering there outside the homes. You can see the flags and everything, and even they steal the speakers of Palestinians to play their own songs. They literally come to the home, they destroy the plant, they just jump on the roof, and they took the speakers.
Shameful.
That was very, very shameful. And in this home, Al-Ghawi family, as I told you, 4 families were living there. So they were replaced with 4 Israeli families in this home, and they have many, many children and many kids, and they are very racist, very, very racist and extremist. Okay, they intended, actually, the Israeli government, they choose which families to bring instead of Palestinian families. They don't want any normal family to come. They pay them money sometimes in order to stay there, because they know they will be having some difficulties with Palestinians. So they pay them money to come and live here as if it's a task or a job.
ليه نزل كمان معلومة في بداية شهر رمضان كان هون بسكن بس تقريبا 4 عائلات. مع الهبة اللي صارت للشيخ جراح تقريبا صار هلا بسكن في 8 عائلات، وفي تقريبا 28 شهر، لا 27 شهر من رمضان اجى تقريبا يمكن في كان جوا البيت بسكن حوالي موجود كان 100 شاب 100 مستوطن بس
واو. يا بس 8 عائلات كيف واسعين يعني بالبيت؟ مش عارفة.
البيت كبير. إذا رجعتي كمان ورا البيت فعليا هو كبير، بين من هون
صح،
بس
هو من ورا صحيح. So he was telling me in Ramadan, on 28 Ramadan, when the attack on Al-Aqsa was about to happen, 100 settlers, mostly of them are guys, young guys, were hiding in this home. And eventually there are 4 families living in this home. But after the attacks and the protests, 8 families moved to this home. We might see that the home is small, but actually behind it's really big, so they can't fit in. So Palestinians used to have iftar in front of this house in another tent, and settlers sometimes they come and they just spray them with any paper thing to annoy them while having iftar. That's the table where they used to have for iftar. It's in this area. Yeah.
Oh my god.
You know, I told the guys on media with oppression, they would just deny it. I don't know why they don't.
ايش في هناك؟
عدد قوات الاحتلال على المدخل بقول لك كل هدول الجيش ضد الاحتلال، منهم قوات خاصه، منهم مخابرات، منهم جنود، منهم ضباط.
طب انا شايفه نمل، الناس زي النمل. لو ايش واقفين؟ قصدي في يعني مظاهرات او مسيرات هناك لحتى واقفين بهالعدد؟
مش العربي اللي براهم اللي كان اليهود بس، هدول كلهم فعليا ضباط، هدول كلهم شرطه جنود.
ضباط. حسبي الله.
فبدي اشوف لك
حسبي الله.
He is telling me that just now when he zoomed, all the people we have seen, it's Israeli soldiers and commanders as well. Okay, they're working in the police as a police officers. So they're gathering there despite there's still no Palestinian protesting. The one who were protesting are all Jew people. But they every day they come to block it so no one can enter. And as usual.
بقدرش اقدم اكثر لانه اذا قدمت رح يحاولوا يطلعوني فبضل موجود.
فيش داعي تقدم، ما في داعي تقدم، ما تشيل هم.
تمام.
مو مشكلة. يا الله.
هذا هو الوضع الحي في اليوم. الحي تقريبا بيكون فاضي هذا يومين هيك الوضع. اذا كان في عدد تجمع للشبان طوالي بيصير في قمع طلعوهم برا، وبتصير احيانا ممنوع تطلع من بيتك حتى، يعني قدام بيتك ممنوع تطلع، ضلك جوا البيت على الشارع على الرصيف ممنوع تطلع.
He's telling me very important information that the last couple of days, mostly it's like this in Sheikh Jarrah neighborhood. Only the families are allowed sometimes to go outside in order to get their stuff. But if you want to protest, you're not allowed to. You will be attacked by them and maybe arrested, and they will force you to enter back to your home. Sometimes even standing at the door of your home is not allowed. They don't want to see your face, even, imagine. And they take their orders from the Israeli settlers. If I am a settler and, oh my God, please, I'm very annoyed, ask this Palestinian guy to go back to their home, they would literally go and follow his order. No kidding, it literally happened like that. So that's why it's a bit quiet. There is no much protesting happening. But maybe at Maghrib, some of the members will be leaving, going out from their homes. And Palestinians who go outside at the entrance of the neighborhood, they are really attacked, arrested, and fired sometimes. That's why they keep on protesting. People of Sheikh Jarrah neighborhood keep on calling their Palestinians brothers, keep supporting us by doing this protest every day, despite the losses. If we are left alone, they might kill us, they might do things that we don't know. So we need to distract them every single day. We need to prove to them that we are still fighting, even if you blocked us to go inside the neighborhood.
كمان شغله لينا اليوم زي ما شفتوا في فوق كان مظاهرات.
If you want to translate in Malay, also can. I talk so much information in English, maybe not everyone understand.
Where do we start? MashaAllah. Caprice, Cap. Go on, Cap.
صار معكم لين؟
سامعيتك بس علق شوي.
تمام.
اسمع بس دقيقة، بدهم يترجموا ماليزي.
تمام.
بس حيترجموا ماليزي بعدين ممكن نشوف ايش فيه. Okay.
What happened?
No, nothing. I told him that we might be translating, so he's just filming around.
Okay. Start daripada rumah Yaakob tadi tu kot. You understand a bit what we were saying, right, Lin? Should we start with Yaakob's house?
Yeah, can. Yes.
Okay, kalau korang perasan yang video yang viral tu, yang Yaakob dia kata kalau bukan saya yang ambil rumah ni, nanti ada orang lain yang akan ambil rumah ni. So dia dengan bangganya duduk dekat situ, and dia kata korang sepatutnya rasa bersyukur sebab at least dia ni seorang settlers ataupun seorang, yelah, orang yang mengambil rumah tu ialah seorang yang aman dan pandai menjaga rumah. So yelah, kita kena grateful kot untuk yang tu. And then kalau yang tadi dia tunjukkan rumah tu, sekarang ni yang rumah yang colour pink tadi tu, yang ada banyak bendera Israel tu, rumah tu kalau dulu ada 4 keluarga Israel yang duduk kat dalam tu, sekarang dah ada 8 orang dah sejak berlakunya operation, the latest aggression, yang serangan yang terakhir ni lah. Sudah ramai dah sebenarnya Israelis yang duduk dekat dalam tu. So what happened is Sheikh Jarrah ni sepatutnya kalau ikutkan international punya law ataupun agreement, ini ialah tanah kepada Muslim Palestin. Tapi mereka ni, diorang kan jenis yang macam tak payah ada alasan, diorang buat macam tempat ni tempat diorang, and even diorang punya court ialah Israeli punya court. So diorang merasakan yang diorang ada rights untuk ambil rumah-rumah yang ada dekat situ. So that's what happening now. Diorang bagi sampai berapa Syawal untuk orang-orang Palestin ini keluar daripada rumah diorang. Tapi kebanyakannya masih, diorang tak stable lah. Diorang tak tahu sama diorang nak stay ataupun diorang nak keluar. Tak apa, I turun translatekan untuk orang yang tak faham English, okay? Yes, Yaakob tu Zionist lah.
Yeah.
So that's what's been happening dekat Sheikh Jarrah. Okay.
Do we know roughly how big is the population there?
The what?
How big is the population there? Do we roughly know?
Population of family. محمد عم تسمعني؟
معك
I
سامع.
actually not really remember. بحكي لك كم عدد تقريبا عدد السكان اللي بالحي؟ عندك أي هيك تقدير للمعلومة؟ مش سامعيتك.
سكان الحي هذا ولا كل الشيخ جراح؟
كل الشيخ جراح ولا بس هذا الحي؟
الشيء هاد بالذات، هاد بالحي
550
الأول
550 كم عائلة؟
والشيخ جراح كامل.
الشيخ جراح كامل عندك معلومة؟
الشيخ جراح 880 شخص.
88 شخص.
880. Okay. So this neighborhood, it's mostly having 550 family, 550 person, including 8 families.
هاي عندي غاوي. هاي
هلا, this is the lady I told you about from the Ghawi family who stay in front of her home every day. مرحبا خالته, كيف حالك؟
الحمد لله بسلامتك.
بتقول لك انه هون تقريبا 60 عائلة.
الله
البيت صار انا يعني كنا عائله واحده من 56 احنا هون صرنا بدال العائله 8 عيال في البيت واحد.
مضبوط, يعني في 60 عائله هون.
4 أجيال
وقتها
هون في كل حي هون مش جيل واحد 4 أجيال.
وهلا صرتوا بكل مكان، هلا صاروا بكل مكان بعد ما طلعوا من البيت توزعوا صح؟ في احياء القدس.
هلا كل واحد في بلد وزعنا، شيء بشعفاط، شيء بعناته، شيء بالطور، كل واحد في محل. كل هوا
زي ما بتقول لك انه كلهم يعني اللي طلعوا من البيت حاليا تفرقوا وكل واحد فيهم صار مساكن في منطقه في الاجار طبعا. لا
طبعا
كل
واحد
في الاجار.
$1000 وهو مغمض عينيه غصب عنه بده يدفعهم في غرفه ومطبخ وحمام. احنا قاعدين في الاجار.
$1000 قصدك للاجار برا؟
ورجيهم صورتهم
محلنا. الله يقويكي وينصرك يا رب، كل يوم بتيجي وبتقومي.
الله يسلمك يا ربي. الله يسلمك.
الله يخليكي. So I will tell you briefly. I told you previously about this home that was having Palestine. See, she's going to stay nearby her there for free, and they have to pay a rent. Sometimes it's more than $600 USD per month for the place they are staying in. And her place, someone else is staying in her home for free. So you can imagine the pain she's going through. That's one thing. The other thing that we were telling about is the number of the families. Sheikh Jarrah, this neighborhood only, it has almost 8 families, 550 person. But the whole Sheikh Jarrah district is having almost 880, including more than 20 families, I guess. But this is the number of people they are staying there. So it's very, another thing I want to mention, guys, this is only one neighborhood in Palestine. Imagine the whole land of Palestine. In 1948, 500,000 Palestinians, including my grandparents and my family, were forcibly, ethnically cleansed from Palestine. Okay. And in 1967, during the 6 Days War, another ethnic cleansing happened. And it's in between the 73 years, it's still happening in Jerusalem, in West Bank, and in other Palestinian cities. They leave actually in Jerusalem, one main thing that we need to mention. They told you that you need to leave your homes. We will be liberated. Maybe we're not sure when, but we're coming closer day by day, especially after what happened this Ramadan. It's a live proof that we are closer to victory, inshallah.
Inshallah.
Inshallah. I'm not trying to be diplomatic here. I'm just giving the answer that we have. It's the truth.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I saw an answer from a follower who commented. He said that whatever the outcome of what's going to happen to Palestine is already written in Quran, and the only thing that we can do right now is just continue on striving and fighting. Yeah, because it will only end when Allah says it's time to end. So even though it will continue on, Wallahu alam. Yes, you guys, we are promised victory, Alhamdulillah. But so as we wait for that victory, we just have to continue on fighting, and we don't know, Wallahu alam, when that will happen. But inshallah, may it come soon. But seriously, you know, when we were having, I think I was having this conversation with you. Oh no, it was the live session that I had with Diana and Irma Hasni and Ustaz Hafiz. We were looking at all the past wars that was happening, like right, World War I lasted for about 4 years, and World War II was about 6 years. But the war that's happening, even the war in Syria, is already about 9 to 12 years or so. But the war in Palestine has lasted the longest in history, I feel. 73 years. It's for the people of Palestine to be going through what you guys have been going through. It's crazy. It was like way before any of us were born, and now most of us have children and still ongoing. And you know, to be honest, when I grew up and I started learning about this situation in Palestine and Israel and Gaza, listening to the Singapore news, of course, because that was the only news that I was able to view when I was younger, before the years of having internet and social media. Honestly, and I apologize for this, I believe that Hamas was the bad guy, you know, and this is how strong the media industry is, because that was the only outlet. And so I feel that a lot of people who are just like me all over the world are feeling the same thing. And Alhamdulillah, thankfully for the social media right now, we are able to know the truth firsthand from people on the ground. And so if even in this situation where we can see it for ourselves, hear it for ourselves from people who are there and then videoing, recording, and going live, and even if with all these things people are not able to see the truth, then they are the ones that Allah has chosen to keep their eyes and hearts blind. And so there's nothing much we can do. And it's sad, but Alhamdulillah, I feel like, you know, every single day I try to appease myself, and because, you know, I feel helpless, of course, and I feel that a lot of my followers and people in Singapore and Malaysia also mesti rasa macam tak boleh nak buat apa. Kita buat apa pun, kita cakap dengan orang pun, kita try to talk to the Israel people and all that, there is no change, especially for the people who are in Palestine. You know, they have been fighting and fighting and fighting, but it's as if
for so long, yeah.
For so long. It's 73 years. So what else can we do? So
that's the whole idea. Where that's exactly why, you know, last night I asked myself many times if we have been doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over again for over 50 years here, guys. Like, you know, it's like what
right.
We have to do something different. We have to do something so different in order to really see something different, you know, to see a different result. You know, like it just baffles me how long, literally when I was living in Jordan, this was going on. Like when I was living in Jordan for 3 years, the conflict was happening. Now I'm like 32 years old and it's still happening. It's like the same story. Situation dia sama saja, benda cerita sama, cuma tahun dia yang beza saja. You know, and this is the hard truth that we're from the outside, right? For us, maybe it's easy for us to like, okay, sekarang dia viral, dia panas sekarang, so semua orang nak kecoh hashtag, letak gambar profile photo. But the moment it sits down the line when it's no longer viral, tak ada lagi hashtag, profile photo semua tukar ke gambar biasa. And then, but people in Palestine have been going through this for 50 years. That means kalau budak kecil tu lahir 2000, from a baby all the way to an adult, dia dibesar dalam keadaan oppression. From a baby to school sampai dia dewasa, dia dibesar dalam situasi apartheid, situasi oppression. That is very, it's just crazy,
Right.
you know, and that's why, you know, with all the respect to everything that we've been doing, I support MAPIM, I support every organization that has stood for Palestine. That is the reason why Caprice nak sangat buat benda luar biasa. That is why something, it started from a dream. Like Caprice mimpi benda tu, so Caprice buat saja. And bila kita cecah 200,000 views on Instagram, someone called me up from one of my branding people. They say that might be the biggest view on Instagram in Malaysia. No one has ever hit 200,000 live viewers in Malaysia on Instagram.
Right.
If at least that's something, right? At least that's, look, we have 7,000 here. I joined, Caprice joined 5 Palestinians live. 5 Palestinian live views tak cecah 20,000. Let's be honest. Kita kena jujur. We have to be honest. We can cry. 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 We can keep crying and do all this. But the truth of the matter is, look at the numbers. Every time Palestinian NGO masuk live, Caprice, dia tahu Caprice, kita punya views 5,000 saja. Kita punya views 10,000 saja. You know, this is the reality of what's happening now on social media. Numbers never lie. I told that to the Israeli people. Hey, how many women and children died in Palestine compared to Israel? Don't lie. And they know. They say, oh yeah, more women, children died. So when you talk about kita punya pejuang, and people ask me, Caprice, kenapa you berani berdepan dengan influencer dekat sana? Why? Because kita ni seorang influencer dekat sini. Kalau Caprice nak orang sana dengar suara Caprice, buat apa Caprice nak masuk live dengan contohlah. Let's say I'm going live with you now, right? I'm live with you right now. Betul tak? Oh, your line dah hang dah.
Yeah.
I'm live with you now. Yeah? I'm live with you now.
Right.
But all our listeners adalah orang yang sudah tahu apa yang berlaku. Semua kita punya listeners sekarang ni sudah tahu apa dah berlaku sebab benda ni dah 50 tahun dah berlaku dah. Cerita sama, keadaan sama. We're just talking to ourselves, guys, right? We're building awareness. But look at the views. Look at the views. Look at the views, right? And then one day, after 6 months, lepas 6 bulan, tak ada lagi hashtag. Profile foto masing-masing dah tukar balik kepada gambar diorang. The picture of warna merah, shame on you Israel on Facebook, after 4 months akan jadi gambar biasa. Tapi dekat Palestine masih orang dianiaya, dekat Gaza masih orang di-oppressed, dekat Jerusalem masih orang di-oppressed. This has been going for 50 years. And that's what made me sick. That's why Caprice berani buat apa yang kita buat, and kita cecah 200,000 viewers on that day. And mungkin, maybe, awal-awal, that was the langkah pertama. Country, from a social media campaign, on the streets, 2 votes. Sampai orang undi, and benda tu 360 terbalik.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, my dream lah. This is just my dream. I know orang kata, oh, Caprice, orang Yahudi ni tak boleh percaya. Sudah tentu tak boleh percaya orang Yahudi ni. Tapi we have to remember, correct me if I'm wrong. My knowledge of Islam is very, very limited. But correct me if I'm wrong. There's a period, according to my ustaz, Caprice ada ustaz yang berubah Caprice from Darul Shifa. So off and on, my ustaz ni akan always educate me about things. Correct me if I'm wrong. There's a period before Kiamat of peace. Is that right?
Yeah.
Ada satu masa dalam kita punya dunia di mana there's a period of lasting peace. Meaning tak ada perang, tak ada siapa gaduh, lasting peace.
Yeah.
Am I right? Am I right or wrong?
Yes. So that comes right after Dajjal, and then Dajjal is killed by Nabi Isa alaihi salam, and then bila Ya'juj Ma'juj dah mati tu semua, orang Islam dah keluar daripada gua, so that we will be living in peace with Nabi Isa alaihi salam for about 40 years, and wallahu alam how long that will last after Nabi Isa alaihi salam passes away. But during that period of time, 40 years, inshallah, it will be like heaven on earth. Yes.
Yeah, so maybe, I don't know, like Caprice memang until now I get goosebumps. I don't know apa yang buat Caprice gerak hati dari mimpi yang nampak Al-Aqsa ni. Tak ada perang, tak ada siapa kecoh, and Caprice tak tahu dari mimpi Caprice DM seorang influencer, dia terus reply, I don't know, But I do know the fact that we broke Instagram record. Tak ada artis mana-mana dekat Singapore ke Malaysia ke yang pernah cecah 200,000 viewers on a live. And for me the best part was I got Israeli audience in my DM. Ada 4 artis Israeli on my DM and kita tengah sembang saja. Kita tak screenshot pun yang guys look I'm talking to this Israeli artist. Diorang pun tak buat sama kat diorang punya IG. Tapi the fact that I can start diplomacy sebab I just because I come from a diplomatic family dalam darah Caprice sebab ayah Caprice dulu kerja Wisma Putra ada darah diplomasi tau. Dia tak tahu kenapa tapi dalam darah Caprice memang ada darah diplomasi. So bila Caprice start sembang dengan orang this is what okay let's just ignore about Jews, ignore about Muslims. Just talk about normal human beings, right? When I understand you, I would know how to deal with you. When you understand me, you know how to deal with me. Because I understand each other. Right? This is the fundamental of human nature. Human nature is when I understand you, you understand me, we can solve a problem. Tapi apa yang buat Caprice sangat-sangat sedih. Apabila tiap kali Caprice cakap dengan orang Palestinian, dia akan cerita dia punya pendapat dan dia akan kasar lah. Dan Caprice tak salahkan dia sebab dia kasar. Sebab 50 tahun dia dianiaya, siapa tak kasar? Siapa tak sedih? Siapa tak nak tak marah? And then bila Caprice tanya pula pendapat orang Israeli dalam DM Caprice, dia akan cerita apa dia pendapat dia sebab dia dibasuh. Dia from media, brainwash from media, even sejarah. Sebenarnya on my live, Caprice bawa banyak gila notes about the UN punya deal, the peace treaty. I have all the notes. Sebab sebenarnya this is all the notes for the live yesterday. They can't even look at a map. They can't even look at a map. That's how brainwashed.
You mentioned
but we
something
have,
very important.
yeah.
I'm sorry. If I want to deal with you, I need to understand you, and you need to understand me. They don't want to understand. They want to force us into their narrative. We don't have any common ground. They want to tell us that Zionists came, Jewish people came, but I call them Zionists, not only Jewish. We as Muslims, as Christian, as a human being, we should not judge someone based on their religion. That's something we agree on. But Zionists, they came claiming that Palestine is their land, and they want us to start arguing with them with any peace solution based on that fact. We do not agree with that fact, and they have nothing to prove that Palestine is for them. No one can claim to have a land, for God's sake. So
Exactly.
That's the thing.
Exactly.
We have no conversation. There is no common ground for us to have a conversation. I'm talking about
Especially.
it's okay. You may continue. We can proceed later. Please continue.
Yeah.
People are really enjoying your speech.
Yeah, especially when you are brainwashed for 50 years, guys. We're talking about brainwash. Israelis are brainwashed for 50 years. Palestinians have been oppressed for over 50 years. Siapa nak dengar? Mama ni tak nak dengar mama ni, Mina ni. They will never get along. They will never get along.
Yeah.
Never. 50 years of brainwash. Siapa nak dengar? Kecuali, ni pendapat Caprice lah. Kecuali ada orang ketiga ni yang boleh bawa diorang duduk sama-sama and mediate that conversation. That's the only way I feel. They would never, selagi diorang ni pandang each other, it's too long. 70 years of oppression, 70 years of brainwash.
Yes.
You know?
They teach their kids in the school that
this
Palestinians, or they say Palestinians need to go from this land, and this land belongs to us. Many of the kids, I can send you the videos, they are taught that Al-Aqsa belongs to us, it doesn't belong to Muslims.
Tu cerita belakang lah. Benda tu cerita belakang. Kita pergi undi dan tiba-tiba kerajaan makin teruk atau makin baik, tu cerita belakang lah. Tapi apa yang berlaku adalah because of a new mindset, because of orang kita basuh dekat social media, rakyat sendiri pergi tukar kerajaan. I'm talking about the election, the last election. Apa yang berlaku in the last election. Because kena basuh kau-kau, kempen memang terbaik punya kempen, sampai rakyat sendiri undi untuk ubah parti. So that is why, kalau tadi to answer your question, kenapa Caprice rajin tiba-tiba nak sembang dengan orang Israeli? Sebab Caprice, I believe in the power of a campaign. I believe in the power of an idea. Satu idea kita, dia macam injection, dia macam vaksin. Once idea itu dah dicocok, InsyaAllah dia akan merebak, dia akan spread to other people. I'm not even talking about the Palestinians. I've been talking to Palestinians for so long, right? Our views on Instagram will not change, right? Our views on Instagram will just be this. But insyaAllah, kalau kita boleh cocok satu jarum inside Israeli, kita boleh cocok diorang dengan satu idea yang baru, yang boleh jadi satu virus, insyaAllah selepas 4 tahun, diorang sendiri undi untuk kerajaan yang tak anaya orang Palestine. That is sort of, if people ask me what is your end goal, apa Caprice punya, akhirnya Caprice nak apa sebenarnya? I don't want to change the Palestinians. Palestinians are my brothers and sisters, right? We have been talking to each other, even in this live right now, ni semua kawan-kawan kita. Tak ada siapa dalam live ni kita nak ubah. Tak ada siapa dalam live ni yang ada kuasa untuk undi dalam Israel siapa patut jadi Perdana Menteri diorang, Presiden diorang. So that is a new angle. I spoke to this to a few of my friends in politics. Caprice sembang benda ni dengan a few NGO. Caprice nak try buat satu angle yang luar biasa, yang lain macam, yang bukan conventional, tapi ada dia punya apa tu? How do I say this in Malay? Ada dia punya ala tuju. Is it ala tuju? Ada dia punya direction. Ada sebab Caprice buat benda ni. InsyaAllah.
Inshallah.
Yeah,
After this
inshallah.
one Palestinian brother, he will join us. He was in the attack this morning in Al-Aqsa. So he might be entered at any moment. I just wanted to announce. And yeah.
All right, great.
Please continue.
We can get the first-hand information of how everything started, and because we haven't gotten any like official announcement of why the attack happened, right? Yeah, so maybe we can get the first-hand information since he was there.
Yep.
But in
Good
the
idea.
meantime, Caprice, I do understand where you're coming from, and I think I've said this to my followers. I said that different people have different fights, have different roles to play in a certain situation, and I think because you have the energy and the drive to go forward and speak to the Israelis, and I would say by all means, inshallah, may Allah ease your path, and may
Inshallah.
what you intend and what you dream of, the outcome, may you be able to attain it with Allah's help, inshallah.
InsyaAllah.
But yeah, and I think one of the other angles that you can go with is if you're able to get not just the Israelis, the Israel artists and celebrities. Maybe you can, if Allah membenarkan, Allah izinkan, maybe get all the American celebrities and all that to begin conversation with you, and I think that would also help with your angle.
Let's
As
see
for, I guess,
Southeast influencers. American already have been going and doing many things already.
Yeah. So actually, when we feel the reason why I get where you're coming from when you say when we're doing this kind of live and the people who are watching are our friends and people who already know the situation. But the truth is, sadly, the people who are watching, there are so many more kita dekat sini untuk educate people yang masih belum tahu lagi, because it's sad to see some people posting things up within our region. Things like when they have narratives supporting the Israelis, or when they have narratives saying that their understanding is exactly what the Zionist media are inputting, you know. So that's why no matter how many berapa banyak kali kita buat live sekalipun, akan masih ada followers kita ataupun orang-orang Islam kita, orang-orang Singapura, orang Malaysia, orang Indonesia, Brunei and all that, who still masih macam benda ni benda baru sangat kat diorang. And lagi-lagi, I feel that a lot of us when we see this situation, right, we rarely teach our anak-anak about this. And because we feel we want to protect them from all this horrific visuals and situations, because kita tak nak stresskan diorang lagi-lagi dalam keadaan COVID ni, budak-budak tak boleh nak keluar, tak boleh nak buat ni, buat tu. Kita tak nak bebankan diorang dengan information macam ni. Tapi sebenarnya I feel sedikit demi sedikit we have to, because they are the next generation. And if they are like me, when I was younger, my parents, of course, they didn't know. And all that they know is also apa yang news mainstream media is telling them. So I pun jadi bebal, I pun tak tahu atau belajar sendiri. So there's a lot of responsibility from us Muslims towards other Muslims to create the full awareness. And inshallah, what you said was true. You know, don't make this seasonal. You have to know that it is a continuous fight for the people in Palestine, and it's been ongoing for 73 years. So you have the liberty and the luxury of resting. We do have that luxury, and yes, we can. But I hope that all of us who are watching here right now, who are following us, you know, rest because you can, and bersyukur because you can rest. But rest to recharge, and then come back stronger to fight again, inshallah. Okay, Assalamualaikum, brother.
السلام عليكم.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله.
وعليكم السلام.
عرفنا عن حالك وقلنا احكي لنا انت وين.
تمام. محمد نوفل، تقريبا مصور صحفي من القدس، مدينة القدس المحتلة. أغلب وقتنا بنصور الأحداث تقريبا ما يقارب من أول رمضان، المشاكل اللي بتكون واجهتنا في القدس بشكل عام. كمان في عندنا مشكلة حي الشيخ جراح اللي هي موجودة حاليا، وأغلب القصة اللي هي عمالة بتصير حاليا هاي الأيام عليها.
So I will be translating one by one. He's Muhammad Nawfal. He's from Jerusalem city, and he's a photographer. So they've been documenting everything happening in Al-Quds, Jerusalem, since Ramadan. You guys can follow his page and you can check the pictures he have there. Okay, that's the first thing. But I will ask him not to update us on the attack in Al-Aqsa this morning. محمد إذا كنت أنت بالأقصى اليوم فيك تحكي لنا عن الهجوم، كيف بلش، شو صار، وليش يعني؟
تمام. هلا اليوم يوم الجمعة تقريبا الكل صحي من النوم مع سبة الانتصار كان موجود، اللي هي انتصار غزة على حرب إسرائيل. فالكل كان مبسوط، وكانت الهمم كثير عالية بالنزول للمسجد الأقصى المبارك الصبح. فالكل هو متوجه على الأقصى اليوم، الكل زي تقولي فرحة العيد بالضبط، بكبروا أواعي جداد، الكل مبسوط، فرحة يعني ما حد بيقدر يوصفها. توجهنا للمسجد الأقصى يوم صلاة الجمعة، يعني زي باقي الأيام كل جمعة بتصير. طبعا العدد كان كتير كبير، كتير ما حد بتوقع، زي صلاة العيد بالضبط. كل الأقصى مليان ناس من الشمال، من القدس، برا القدس، يعني كتير ناس، شيء رهيب كان. صلينا وكل شيء تمام. بعد الصلاة ما يقارب إنه بلشت هتافات زي مظاهرة لغزة، كان تضامن مع غزة، كانوا بيهتفوا لأبو عبيدة وكتائب القسام وللقدس بشكل عام. بعد هيك توجهوا الشباب على الابواب، كانوا بدهم عم بيحاولوا يطلعوا بالمسيره لحي الشيخ جراح، لكن تم قمعها قبه الصخره. تم بدء هجوم قوات الاحتلال لجميع، كبار صغار، نساء، اطفال، كبار بالسن، ما عندهم ولا اي رحمه. تم
كان في
الاعتداء
سبب
بالقنابل
بشكل مباشر انه مثلا لانه الناس متوجهه على الشيخ زرقاء، ولا كان عشان يستفزوهم بالمسافات مثلا؟ هل كان في اي تحذير او تنبيه منهم انه يا جماعه اطلعوا من اقصى
دائما
ولا لا؟
بالعاده دائما ما بيكون ولا اي تحذير من الشرطه، بيقتحموا فجاه، بيغدروا فجاه. يعني كان المعروف اليوم انه يمشي كاي يوم عادي، بس للاسف انه تم الغدر من قبل الاحتلال. وتم قمع كل المصلين إلى خارج المسجد الأقصى لفترات. بعد الفترة هاي تم إدخال بس على كبار السن والنساء، أما الشباب فتم إبعادهم.
دخلوا على المصلى زي هذيك المرة ب 28 رمضان.
مزبوط، دخلوا على المصلى القبلي لأنه أغلب الشباب لما صار الاقتحام صار اقتحامين، اقتحام من باب السلسلة تام واقتحام من باب المغاربة، فكانوا على الشقتين بيضربوا. اللي شقت مصلى القبلة تم حشرهم بالمصلى جوا، انحشروا في المصلى وبلشوا يرموا عليهم القنابل.
يعني حتى اليوم رمت قنابل داخل
حتى اليوم
المصلى.
حتى اليوم حتى أغلبيتهم اللي كانوا داخل المصلى هم كبار سن، اللي هم ما بيقدروا يقعدوا في الشمس، بس برضه ضم قدرتهم.
تمام. وبعديها الناس ما عادت راحت على حي الشيخ جراح عن بعض الخبر. هذه كانت
مزبوط، خوفا على حياتهم وانه شافوا ما في رحمه بيضربوا صغار. وطبعا في انا كمان عندي صور على الكاميرا بتبين انه الاطفال خوفها قديش كانوا خايفين منهم، بس لحد الان ما نشرت ولا شيء.
لما تبعتهم ان شاء الله نشوفهم اكيد. اسمح لي هلا بس
ان شاء الله. طبعا.
So he told me a brief of what was happening. Please guys listen and let's mark this moment. Basically what he was mentioning that it was 2 a.m. Jerusalem time when the victory was announced for the Gaza ceasing the fire attack, and people were actually celebrating up to Fajr and staying up. They were getting ready, dressing as if it's Eid. They were even doing takbirat al-Eid, Allahu Akbar. Okay. After that, no one was expecting that the attack would be happening, and they agreed to go to Aqsa Mosque because it's Jum'ah prayer. Adding to this, the victory that happened, the people were gathering in Al-Aqsa. They want to pray, they want to celebrate, and to chant for the people back in Gaza. After Salat Jum'at and the khutbah, they were outside protesting, having the flags and just thinking and calling for Gaza, and that's it. Out of nowhere, suddenly, the forces came and people were trying to go out from Al-Aqsa Mosque to walk and continue this protest up to Sheikh Jarrah neighborhood to support their brothers and sisters in the neighborhood who cannot enter and go in and out freely. So the Israeli forces, they want to stop this protest, and they tried to, as I told you before, they surround all the gates, not allowing people to go in and out except from one gate. And this time, they also attack inside the surau. So it's not only in the yards and the garden of Al-Aqsa. It was also inside the Masjid Qibli, which is, mostly was the guys and elderly people praying there, because elderly people, can't really tolerate the sun outside. So they go to the surau inside mostly. And he also said that he has a photograph of the kids' expressions and faces being so scared and afraid, because this attack that happened this morning was actually for everyone, including women, elderly, and kids, not only for the young youth and guys. All right. So they attacked the guys in the Masjid Qibli, and then people were separated, trying to live peacefully. Therefore, our list numbers were gathering in Sheikh Jarrah neighborhood after this, and we could have seen Muhammad when he was with us before this in Sheikh Jarrah neighborhood. There were no Palestinians. They're all Jewish people gathering there for peace because the forces will not attack them. So they wanted Palestinians to be terrified, to get scared for their kids and their parents, so they cannot join this protest again. And that's why the families actually, they went back their homes. That was what happened. عندك إيش ثاني بتحب تضيفه يا محمد أو شيء؟ أنا ترجمت كل شيء حكيته هلا.
تمام. طبعا بعد هيك في حد يحكي منهم.
Why don't you ask him about that one soldier that ran off? Does he know anything about that situation?
I will ask him.
Okay.
انتشر فيديو لجندي قاعد عم يركض بين الناس كأنه عم
مظبوط.
بعدين طالع على الدرج
دفعوه.
فهي شو قصته؟ ليش كان اصلا عم يركض؟ هو خايف، عم يعمل فتنه اصلا ولا؟
هذا الاشي اللي بيبين قصة الغدر كلها. كانوا الناس عمالهم بيصلوا وبيهتفوا، يعني الهتافات حتى ما فيها اي شيء، بس هتاف الله اكبر، لبيك يا اقصى، بنروح نفديك يا اقصى، ورفع علم فلسطين لا غير. مرة واحدة ما بنلاقيهم بدخلوا من ابواب المسجد الاقصى ركض انهم يحاولوا يعتقلوا الشباب اللي هم رافعين علم فلسطين. هاي الركضة كلها للهجوم على الشباب.
اوكي. تخيل هم وصلوا المعلومة لهم للناس انه مثل احنا اللي هجمنا عليه، وهو الزلمة كان قاعد عم يمشي عم يهرب منه.
لا ما كانش يهرب، هو طالع عماله عم بيحاول ياخذ الشباب او انه يحصرهم.
اوكي.
بس طبعا الشباب هم بيعرفوا انه هذا الاشي والهجوم وعارفين انه هذا له، فهم ردعوه عشان ما يقدر يوصل للشباب. فهيك الشباب عمالها بتحذر بعض انه ينتبهوا حيصير اقتحام للشرطه، انه ما يقدروا يعتقلوا اكبر عدد من الشبان او لا سمح الله يضربوا على الغدر. فهذا كان تنبيه لكل الشباب.
اوكي بالضبط، اخر الموضوع شوي. بس
ايوه
هذا
بالضبط.
اللي as we mentioned, the Israeli forces, they suddenly came in to invade Al-Aqsa, correct? So that guy who filmed who was in the video, he was one of the first guys, soldiers I mean, to come into Al-Aqsa. And they intentioned everyone, Palestinians know among themselves that anyone who raised the Palestinian flag in Jerusalem, as I told you, is not allowed. And they can arrest you. It's a crime to raise your country flag. Anyone who is just chanting and people are repeating after him like Labbaika ya Aqsa or we free Gaza or whatsoever, these guys specifically, they will get arrested. So they knew that that soldier who was running, he is going to arrest anyone from those who are singing or raising the flag. That's why they stopped him in order to give other sign to run away or to let down the flag. So it was a sign. That's why he pushed him. And following that soldier, many more they came and they were trying to arrest as many Palestinians as possible. Just now, I told you there were 20 guys arrested, including 7 kids. When I mean kids, it's anyone who's below 18 years old. Yeah. Do you have any question for him specifically? He have many things to say, but maybe we can ask as well.
Let me
Sure.
translate for you nak translate ke I translate?
Uish, saya punya BM lagi barai.
Lagi dahsyat ya, okay. So
محمد حيترجم ماليزي أول بعدين نشرح.
So apa Kak Lin?
مش فاهم كمان مرة.
حيترجم ماليزي بعدين نرجع
ولا يهمك.
عشان
تمام.
Okay. So apa Lin cerita tadi, so cerita dia daripada brother ni sekarang kat Palestin, dia kata bila diorang dapat news tentang ceasefire tu, diorang rasa itu adalah satu kejayaan. Diorang dapat benda tu, news tu pada pukul 2 pagi. Dari pukul 2 pagi lagi, bila semua orang tahu pasal benda tu, ramai orang dah keluar kat rumah dah celebrate, dah takbir, dah solat sujud 2 rakaat, you know. Dan macam-macam dah diorang buat. Diorang celebrate kejayaan tu daripada pukul 2 pagi sampailah ke subuh. Semua dah jalan pergi ke Al-Aqsa untuk solat dan sebagainya. Dan diorang adalah buat protes-protes kat luar tu. Tapi bukan dengan protes dengan keganasan. Tapi peaceful protes. Diorang nyanyi, diorang makan, diorang celebrate lah macam celebrate raya macam tu. Dan diorang berniat, bertujuan untuk solat Jumaat kat depan gate Sheikh Jarrah punya neighborhood. Tapi diorang tak dapat lakukan tu sebab diorang dah kena attack dah dengan Palestine Israeli soldiers. And the reason was, so tadi kan awal-awal, for those of you who just joined us earlier, Caprice showed us a video that dia hantar kepada sebanyak-banyak video yang kita dah kongsikan atau dah terkongsi dekat Instagram, tunjukkan apa kejadian yang bila keganasan berlaku from the attack from the Israeli soldiers in Aqsa Mosque kan. So Caprice sent this to the Israeli friends that he I don't say friends, the people that he's in contact with.
No, I want to my friends lah.
Yeah. So people that he is in contact with. Lepas tu dia cakap lah, okay, explain lah benda ni. Korang kata ada ceasefire kan, so kenapa sekarang ni korang attack? Ni bukti dia, so explain benda ni. Dan diorang reply benda tu, diorang cakap okay, this looks bad, nampak teruk sangat benda ni, tapi korang kena faham polis ni adalah untuk menjaga keselamatan. Dan diorang attack sebab diorang polis-polis ni diserang oleh orang-orang Palestin. Tu pasal video tu diorang bagi Caprice satu video ni. Ada satu military officer seorang-seorang pakai uniform, dia duk lari seorang-seorang macam kononnya takut sangat lah tu, dia macam ketakutan sangat. So benda tu kelakar sangat. Tunjuk ke video tu.
So just to let you guys know, betul Caprice memang suka bash artis-artis Israel. So kita memang tak malu, kita belasah je diorang. And then diorang tunjuk Caprice video ni dah, dia kata Dia kata benda ni berlaku sebab there's a group of, bukan semua, but there's a group of people yang tengah protes. Biasa orang akan protes. Tapi macam biasa bila orang protes dekat sana, polis akan ambil, bukan polis, askar akan ambil tindakan keras. So this is the video that they share lah. So there's a group of people, bukan semua, ada group people yang saja memang protes, provoke dia orang punya askar. So askar dia orang ambil tindakan keras. So itulah dia orang, inilah apa yang Kepi kata, benda ni tak akan ke mana bila satu pihak cakap macam ni, satu pihak cakap macam ni, satu pihak cakap macam ni. So dalam dia orang memang ada janji Caprice, bukan tentang ni saja. Kita tengah fikir kempen apa sesuai untuk Israel untuk ubah cara dia orang. So tu yang Caprice, kalau Caprice call dia sekarang dia akan jawab. Kalau Caprice WhatsApp DM dia sekarang dia orang akan jawab. And this is not just one artist Israeli. There's a lot of Israeli artist sekarang yang rajin sembang dengan Caprice melalui DM.
Alright, so I continue dengan ni. So just now I tanya this brother kita yang kat Palestin lah, apa yang jadi, tahu tak pasal kisah tu? So what really happened, because so far kita belum dapat lagi apa-apa clarity daripada government or official announcement kat sana. So brother ni cakap apa yang berlaku adalah pasal kat sana, seperti ramai tahu, kita tak boleh, diorang tak boleh angkat pun flag Palestin ataupun sebut macam diorang kan nanti akan canting kan, akan cakap macam okay, selamatlah Al-Aqsa macam tu, ataupun free Palestine macam tu. So orang-orang askar ni diorang akan ambil itu sebagai sebab untuk arrest orang-orang tu. So diorang kata, brother ni kata tadi ada satu orang tengah memegang flag, jadi dia nampak satu polis officer or askar tu nak datang masuk nak arrest. Jadi apa yang lain-lain buat adalah diorang tahan lelaki tu ataupun stop lah, do whatever it takes untuk stop askar tadi tu supaya yang lain-lain tu boleh larikan diri. So itulah from brother yang tadi tu apa yang terjadi dan mencetuskan kononnya the whole attack again lah dekat Al-Aqsa tu. Tapi from the video also, this is like honestly it doesn't also look good on the Palestinians, because kau orang dah kasih kau freedom, then you should not provoke. But I also understand kalau kita brother nampak kat situ, kalau kita lah yang dah 50 tahun kena macam-macam benda, memang kita geram dan kita akan lepaskan geram pada saat kita boleh lah. Sebab benda yang sedih kan sebenarnya for all those who are watching right now kan, there are some videos that can never go on Instagram, and I saw this one video and I was really shocked, and of course I cannot share that on Instagram. I saw this one video, ada dalam 8 budak-budak, 8 ke 10 budak-budak Allahu a'lam, dan setiap diikat di tiang. Okay, tiang tu jarak dia macam 3 meter, 2 meter, 2 meter, 2 meter macam tu, atau 1 meter, 1 meter away. And so dia macam tiang tu nanti depan belakang ada 2 budak. Budak-budak tu dipukul dengan kayu yang ada paku kat ujung tu. So dipukul, 2 lelaki tengah buat macam tu kat budak-budak ni yang kena ikat kat tiang tu. Saja je macam budak-budak tu binatang. Kalau binatang pun kita tak buat macam tu tau. So diorang buat macam tu, dan last kali tu, dah beberapa kali dia try to injure these 10 Palestinian children. Last kali tu diorang ambil pisau, diorang potong je leher budak-budak umur dalam 8 tahun hingga 12 tahun macam tu. So the things that we see, macam kita nampak kanak-kanak umur 10 tahun, 8 tahun, 12 tahun ditangkap oleh askar-askar diorang bila diorang campak batu. Setakat campak batu, diorang punya reaction dekat kanak-kanak ni dah macam diorang ni pegang senapang ataupun trigger untuk nuclear bomb lah. Like these are not the reaction that we normal people, normal human beings will take towards a child who throws stones at you. You know, if we will just maybe just hold them one person and not even point a gun at them, but the Israelis army, that's how they treat children who throw stones. You know, so I would understand why the Palestinians then at a point of time bila diorang ada kebolehan dan kemampuan untuk mengejek atau tunjukkan
protest AJ.
luahkan perasaan marah tu kat diorang tu, macam apa yang tadi Caprice tunjuk video tu, kita faham lah. There's a justification for that lah. So
kita faham sangat.
Cantik. Walaupun tak, it's not productive because it's counterproductive. But mana lagi diorang nak lepaskan marah? Pada siapa lagi diorang nak lepaskan marah? Pasal diorang dah kena berpuluh-puluh tahun kot, bukan 1 tahun aja, atau bukan 1 jam je. Benda ni dah berlaku dari sejak diorang lahir lagi. So for the Israelis to feel that that is macam it's not right for the Palestinians to behave that way. It's not right for you guys to behave that way in the first place, you know.
Dua-dua ni memang tak boleh.
So ni penjelasan sikit lah for those of you who just recently watched and asking, or maybe I'm sure you guys are thinking bodoh lah korang buat macam tu bila dah dapat ceasefire and all that, don't provoke lah, which is true, but then you have to understand the background story. When you take things at face value, it can be debated in many ways, but you have to understand a backstory. You have to put yourselves in these people's shoes, sebab kalau kita tak buat macam tu, benda ni tak akan selesai. And
betul. Masing-masing ambil peluang. You know, sebagai askar agak nak ambil peluang untuk jadi ganas.
Okay, so now Sister Lynn, is there any more update?
حابب احكي لهم كمان شغله. طيب بدي احكي اني انا كمان برضه من منطقه شافات اللي هي حاليا قدامنا هون، هدول هم دور عرب، تمام، بس اللي وراهم الدور الابعد دور عرب زينا زيهم عرب، بس الدور اللي وراهم هي عباره عن مستوطنه واغلبيتهم يهود. هدول اليهود اللي هي عباره عن مجموعه بتحكي الموت للعرب، طالعين فيها جديد. هاي المجموعه شو بتعمل؟ عمالها بتتم كمان الاعتداء على البيوت وعلى سيارات الناس، وبكتبوا عليهم في الدهان او بالراس الموت للعرب او مسبات، او يتم اقتحام الدور ورشهم بالغاز. طبعا هاي الفتره الاخيره اللي هي صايره في اغلب مدن القدس او ضواحي القدس هي يعني كمان مشكله بنواجهها، مش بس مشكله الشيخ جراح ولا مشكله المسجد الاقصى، حتى كمان بطل في امان اي واحد فيه في منطقه قريبه على مستوطنه او حتى مكان فيه مكان يهود، صار عندهم الاشي عادي انهم يهجموا على الدور. طبعا الشرطه بتكون حمايه لإلهم، ما بتتدخل او تبعدهم زي ما بتتم عندنا. وكمان قبل فتره، قبل 3 يومين وصل فيهم الحال انهم يجوا بسيارات ويطخوا على شباب، تم الطخ 3 شباب بدون ولا اي سبب.
هذا الحكي حتى صار عندك بالحل بالشرطات.
هذا الحكي صار في منطقتي قبل 3 ايام بالضبط.
يعني حتى بمنطقتك انت صار الحكي اللي احنا بنحكينا بس بفلسطين المحتله، صار عندك حتى الحكي.
صار عندي حتى حكي اللي هي منطقه تعتبر بس منطقه عرب شعفات. تم الاعتداء عليهم وتم الطخ.
البنايه البيضاء، هاي البنايه البيضاء بنايه مستوطنين؟
لا، البنايه هاي البيضاء هي عباره عن دار، بس الدور اللي هم
دور
اللي ورا
عرب.
هدول دور عرب، اللي وراهم كلهم دور يهود، او بنحكي هيك هدول اللي هون كلهم دور يهود.
اوكي.
وتقريبا ليش صار
طيب في شيء قلت لي انت اول شيء اعتداء على الشباب في السيارات والهجوم على البيوت، حتى هالبيوت هجموا عليها يعني.
مزبوط، حتى كل وقاحه صارت. الشرطه بس مجرد حمايه لهم.
اوكي.
الموت للعرب اللي هي مجموعه صار بيطلع فيها الكل، جميع المستوطنين اللي بيكرهوا العرب عمالهم بيعملوا هذا الشيء وبينفذوه.
هلا يفترض انها شعفات صايره بالجزء الشرقي ولا الغربي لفلسطين؟
الجزء الشرقي. بالشرقي.
يعني يفترض اكثر تابعه للسوق. يفترض. تمام. Okay, so he is from a city called Shafat. I was trying to find the name in English. So this city basically is including Arab, Palestinian citizens and settlers. The homes we can see now, it's all for Palestinian citizens. When he zoomed in, behind this is for settlers. During the attacks in Sheikh Jarrah and Al-Aqsa in Ramadan, there was like a trend between Israeli and settlers. They keep on chanting death to Arabs. That's literally what they say loudly and proudly. In his own city, what happened is like that. They were trying to invade the homes, to throw gas bombs into the homes to kill Arabs, to kill Palestinians. And even if you are walking in your car and they know you are Palestinian, they might shoot you in the head with a live gun. And it happened. They were threatening the Palestinian guys. And what happened also, they were trying to tease them and make them afraid. They were going to the cars in the streets. Like if I'm parked, I parked my car. I want to go to my job the next morning. I can't find it written this to Arab, only Israel, anything in this context. So, but he is telling me that we don't feel safe living there, even if there was a ceasing fire or the police promised us to do whatsoever, because the police is protecting the settlers and actually encouraging them to do such things. They don't have count them accountability for that. They don't take them, and it's not counted as a crime. That's what Palestinians have been calling for since so long. So, as I told you, Jerusalem is in east and west side. This city is supposed to be under the Palestinian Authority, but still we have illegal settlements, illegal settlers, illegal Israeli forces and army and police coming over, trying to take control of the city. So all these Israeli living there, actually they're illegal to be there. It's illegal settlements, okay? And me, as I'm living in my country under my government authority, I'm not feeling safe in my home. I feel threatened every single day. Yeah, that's it for now. That's what he was mentioning.
وطبعا زي ما بتعرفوا احنا كمان اذا احنا حدا بيطلع فينا بطخ او مثلا يطعن بتم حبسه لا سمح الله، اذا ما استشهد بتم الحبس بتاعه مؤبد. اما في حال احنا نعتدي عليهم او نحكي للشرطه بتم بس حبسهم يوم يومين ثلاثه، وثالث يوم رابع يوم بتلاقيهم طالعين بسبه انهم مختلين عقليا او انهم مريضين نفسيا. ببقاش بالقصد، هاي الحجه تبعتهم دائما بتكون.
Okay. So he was telling that if the Palestinian actually did the same action or any small action, like he's using gun, or even if he's having gun, even if he doesn't use it, or he's like shouting this to Israelis or whatsoever, they will be taken to the prison for a lifetime. It's life imprisonment. Okay. Tapi kalau Israeli yang buat macam tu, dia only masuk for prison 2-3 hari lah macam ni. Lepas tu dia boleh keluar, and they will be saying that he has a mental illness, is not feeling good, he has some psychological trauma. Tapi kalau orang Palestin yang buat macam ni, tetap dia terrorist.
وطبعا زي ما انت شايفه غاد بتم رفع علم اسرائيل على احد البنايات. بالطبع اذا احنا هون بنرفع علم فلسطين بيقتحموا الدار كلها لحتى ينزلوا العلم، بس عندهم ما بيحكوا ولا اي شيء. هاي احد البنايات اللي هي من احد المستوطنه رافعين علم اسرائيل.
This is one of the illegal settlements. They are raising Israeli flag, and we remember that it's unallowed for Palestinian in Jerusalem to raise Palestinian flag. If they did so, they will come into your home with the police. They will take off any flags, and they will just go away. You might be arrested as well. So it's unfair and just holy action.
So yang tadi Badin cakap, dia kata okay, so this is one of the macam neighborhood dekat Palestin yang sebenarnya untuk is near Jerusalem, so memang untuk orang Palestin. Tapi ramai orang settlers Yahudi dah illegally ambil tempat-tempat dekat belakang tu. Tadi dia tunjuk nampakkan flag tu kan. Tu kawasan tu is kawasan illegal. Diorang tak sepatutnya pun ada berada kat situ. Sebab dia punya law yang dah keluarkan tu macam orang Palestin ada kawasan diorang, tapi diorang orang-orang Israel ni akan keliling. So dah memang ada line border untuk mana yang hak Palestin, mana yang hak diorang. Tapi itu pun diorang illegally ambil kawasan-kawasan dekat situ and build a settlement. So tadi brother dia cakap dekat kawasan dia tu, dekat daerah dia tu, kat situ orang-orang settlers ni akan datang masuk pecah rumah orang-orang Palestin dan cuba bunuh atau cuba campak bom dan sebagainya lah. Buat apa-apa yang akan buat orang Palestin rasa tertekan ataupun dibunuh atau diganggu lah dekat situ. Dan benda ni digalakkan dan dialu-alukan oleh polis-polis yang berada di situ. So diorang akan ramai-ramai dekat situ sebut macam diorang punya chanting kan. Diorang akan cakap death to Arabs, death to Arabs. Dan ini adalah benda yang sangat popular untuk orang-orang Israel. Sedangkan orang-orang Palestin tak pernah sebut benda-benda macam tu. Tak pernah cakap macam matilah kau orang Israel. Tak ada. Kalau setakat pegang flag Palestin pun dah diorang boleh pergi arrested, apa lagi kalau nak cakap benda-benda macam tu. Tapi selalunya orang Palestin diorang akan sebut Allahu Akbar ataupun Free Palestine, you know, benda-benda yang baik-baik lah, bukan benda-benda yang intending to hurt or injure an Israeli. But contoh kalau in a situation dekat neighborhood tu, dekat kawasan tu, kalau orang Israel buat benda-benda macam ni lah, rusuhan kan, nak tembak ke ataupun campak batu ke, masuk rumah orang Palestin ke, most pun diorang akan dapat pergi masuk jail 3 hari je macam tu, 2-3 hari. Lepas tu dilepaskan atas alasan mungkin dia kata orang tu stress, orang tu ada mental issue ke, bla bla bla. Tapi kalau sekiranya orang Palestin buat sedikit aja setakat campak batu untuk self defense, benda tu dah macam crime yang diorang boleh dipenjarakan seumur hidup. Dan benda ni berlaku kepada banyak budak-budak ataupun remaja-remaja Palestin hanya kerana diorang defend diri diorang ataupun diorang bawa the Palestinian flag or just try to fight for themselves. They have been put in prison. Tu pasal banyak, kalau kita nampak banyak video-video yang remaja-remaja, especially lelaki Palestin ni keluar daripada prison, lepas tu peluk mak bapak diorang kan. So these are the instances kenapa diorang dimasukkan ke dalam jail. So itulah, memang tak make sense dan tak munasabah tindakan dan benda yang orang-orang Palestin harus alami. So yeah.
Thank you, terima kasih. I understand what you say, but I cannot say it.
في عندهم ما يسرى بدهم يسألوها.
Do you have any questions you want to ask it for Muhammad? Anything?
For now, wallahi, I'm speechless. It's just, I don't know what question will benefit anyone at this point.
How are you, Mr. Cap?
My brother, can you hear me?
Muhammad,
Yes. بسمع.
I'm just I wonder how old are you right now?
ايش بحكي؟
كم عمرك؟
عمري 19.
19.
19 years old.
مش قادرين يعبروا، يعني مش قادرين هي لك من سنغافورة يا محمد، يعني
19 years old.
Yes.
God damn. You know, like people in Malaysia, we have to butcher quarter. We have to really butcher quarter with what we have today. Our brother here is 19 years old. 19, bro. What was I doing at 19? What were you doing at 19? I feel like I want to cry, but I'm just so tired I can't cry. You know what I mean, my brother? You know what I mean? You're 19 years old, mashallah. You're so young, but you're actually so mature. You know, you're so much ahead of us in terms of life, in terms of experience, in terms of, because you're so much younger than me. Before you were born, this whole thing the conflict was there. I was living in Jordan. What year was that? 1990, 1996, 1998. Right? I was living in Jordan in 1998, and I can see people fighting in Palestine and Israel. And here you are, 19 years old, giving me an update about the situation in Palestine. It makes no sense, guys. No, it doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? You're 19 years old. You should be living life. You should be studying. You should be working. You should be having a dream. Not this. Not doing this. That's for sure. You know, when I was 19, I was having fun, right? We have dreams. But here you're 19 years old. You're giving a guy from Malaysia an update about what's going on. You know what I mean? It doesn't make sense.
Or maybe
It doesn't make sense, you know?
Brother, what does he, if he was given a chance, what would he like to become?
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Sure. I will translate first
تمام بدك ترجمي لي شو حكوا؟
Thank you for this emotions. We believe it's very true. You are being a very true and open-hearted with us, and you're having millions of followers who listen to you and who follow every single word you are saying. And you're being an idol for them. You are doing what
Sorry. You know, I'm so sorry, brother.
Really respect that.
You know.
I will tell him what you have said. He really wants to know. عادي بحكي لك إنه هو أكيد أكبر مننا كلياتنا هلا موجودين باللايف. إنه قبل ما حتى أنا وأنت لأنه إحنا عملنا قريب من بعض نكون موجودين. كان عايش بالأردن قبل ما نخلق. بالأردن كان بيشوف أخبار الصراعات اللي بين فلسطين وإسرائيل. فبقول لك إنه أنت شخص كثير بالنسبة لعمرك ناضج وبتعرف تفكر وقاعد عم تعطي الناس المليسة اللي عندهم حياة وعندهم كل الوسائل الترفيهية أو طموحاتهم وأحلامهم عم تعطيهم تحليلات عن الأخبار اللي عم تصير. هم كثير شاعرين إنه ما في منهم فايدة وإنه حياتهم كثير ما تقارن أصلا بحياة الفلسطينيين اللي عايشين بالاستبداد. هو فخور فيك وبنفس الوقت مستحي من حاله. وأنا بوجه رسالة لكل الناس إنه أنت عمرك 19 سنة، إيش كنت قاعد بتعمل غير إنك بتضحك تاخذ فلوس من أهلك وبتفكر إيش بدك تعمل أو تدرس وشو حلمك وطموحك بالحياة. بينما أنت مضطر إنك تكون بهيك وضع وهيك شغل ومع هيك شجاع وقاعد عم تحكي وعم تدافع عن بلدك. هذا كان مختصر كل كلامه وما قدر إلا إنه يبكي، يعني كثير متأثر بالموضوع صراحة. وإجا كمان سؤال ثاني إنه لو هلا أنت كنت تنعطي الفرصة تختار حياة ثانية أو ظرف ثاني تكون فيه، إيش هو حلمك أو طموحك اللي أنت بتحبه؟
طيب تمام. بالنسبة لطموحي وحلمي بالأصل هو كان إني أكون صحفي من أنا صغير، حلمي فيه. تمام. فإنه هاي الفرصة تبعت الاحتلال. صحفي.
إنك تكون
صحفي، وإني أكون أصور الأشياء اللي بتصير في بلادنا من ناحية الإجرام الاحتلال اللي بيعملها أو مثلا المستوطنين اللي بيعملوها أو العنصرية الموجودة كلها في بلادنا. مثلا بيميزوا هذا عن هذا بيختلف. كيف إحنا لما نشتغل عندهم بخلونا عبيد عندهم، بينما اليهود لما بيشتغل بتلاقي بيرتاحوا أقل من راحة. كل شيء موفر لهم من ناحية المواصلات أكل. أما إحنا بالعكس من ذلك عمالهم بذلونا. وهلا اغلب الاوقات اللي عمالها بتصير عمالهم حتى بيعتدوا على اللي بيشتغلوا عندهم او العاملين عند اليهود، عمالهم بيعتدوا عليهم. فانه بطل امان. انا هلا طموحي اني اعيش في بلد محرر، اعيش براحتي، ما نضلنا خايفين منهم. او مثلا تكون ماشي بالشارع تخلي تفكيرك انه هي هلا بيجي مستوطن مثلا لا سمح الله يغدرك، او مثلا يتقاتلوا عليك مجموعه مستوطنين وانت لحالك. فانه اغلب تفكيرنا هلا حاليا هيك.
تمام. He was saying since he was raised in Palestine, his dream was to become a journalist so he can tell the world how their real life is. And what he is doing now is actually one of his ambitions because he wants to show the world what Israel is doing to them as a Palestinian citizens. So he got the chance to do that and he will keep on doing. And he mentioned one more thing. If you were in Israel working with the Israeli government or working in the occupied Palestine, they will give you money for like transportation fees. You will be having a very high good salary. Tapi kalau you are in Palestine, everything will be hard. You will get less money than them. So that's why most Palestinians, they prefer to work for their own self, freelancing that. And despite that, working there gives them a lot more money, but not all of them accept this because it's very hard employment. This is number one. Number two, what he also wished for is to live in a free country. He wants his country to be free so he can live a normal life, not feeling threatened every time he wants to walk the streets, that someone might attack him or he might be killed at any moment or he might go back home, someone of his family members is murdered. That's what he is actually wishing for, to live in a free, liberated country, which is Palestine. Not to feel afraid every single moment.
I have
وطبعا بنحكي لهم انه حياتنا خليها تشتغل.
I have a message for this brother. I hope that you can translate it for him. I pray that Allah will always give him strength, will grant his wishes, will keep him strong through whatever he's going through. May he become an amazing journalist in his own right. Doing what he's doing is so much more than what is seen in this dunya. His efforts are actually so much greater and far greater than what it is physically in this dunya, inshallah. And I hope that one day he can live to see a free Palestine, inshallah. And if he doesn't, the afterlife is so much greater.
Inshallah.
I can only wish to be where he is.
كانت عم تقول لك أول شيء إنه إن شاء الله على طول الله يمدك بالقوة والصبر والقوة بتكلمك كلمة اللي أنت بتعمله. إنه هلا اللي أنت قاعد بتسويه أصلا هذا شغل عمل الصحافة ومن أصعب الأعمال اللي هلا قاعد عم تعملها. لكن مجرد غير إنه أقسم بالله أنا كمان حيبكوني نسيت كلامها. كانت بتحكي إن شاء الله بتوصل وبتصير صحفي مهم جدا وتحقق طموحك اللي بدك إياه، وإذا أنت ما عشنا إحنا وشفنا فلسطين محررة، إن شاء الله عوضنا بالجنة بيكون أكثر وأكثر، بنكون إحنا جزء من هذا التحرير.
إن شاء الله.
اشتغلنا فيه وعملنا اللي بنقدر عليه فيه، وإذا في شغلة واحدة اللي هلا تتمناها إنها فقط تكون محلك، لأجل إنه أنت الإشي اللي هلا عم تعمله بيسوى الدنيا وما فيها، بيسوى كل الدنيا واللي عليها، هلا الجهاد والصبر والرباط اللي أنتوا قاعدين عم تعملوه. فهي عن جد تتمنى انه يصح لها هيك فرصه اصلا انها تكون من سكان القدس او غزه، حتى حكت لي اياها قبل، لتقدر توصل صوت هدول الناس او تكون معهم بهي الارض المباركه. هذا كان دعائها وامنيتها لها بصراحه.
ان شاء الله كلنا بنجتمع بفلسطين وهي محرره.
امين يا رب.
طبعا حتى الحلم تاعي اللي انا بدي اياه حتى الحلم اللي انا بدي اياه اللي هو عباره عن انا بدي اكون صحفي. كلهم عمالهم بيتعرضوا للاحتلال ومضايقات موجوده وعم بيتم الاعتداء عليهم كثير اصابات من الصحفيين، بينما لما يجي يغطوا شو اسمه الصحفيين اليهوديين ما بيتم الاعتداء عليهم ولا حتى انه يقمعوهم ولا يشبطوا فيهم. يعني حتى الصحفي اللي عندنا ما له حقوق عندهم في دولتهم ولكنه معترف فيه، يعني زي المواطن اللي عماله بظاهر، هو عماله بيعمل تخريب، بيتم رشنه بالمياه العادمه، ضرب المطاط، قنابل الصوت، كل شيء عمالهم بيعملوه.
حتى يعني كصحفي مش قادر تمارس اصلا مهنتك بكل حريه
وانت حر. ايوه بالضبط، يعني انت مقيد بقيودهم.
Mr. Cap, he was telling that even he's working now, he's doing what journalists are doing, but he cannot do it freely. بسبب Israeli forces keep attacking them. killing them, arresting them as a journalist and not giving them the freedom to do what they have to do. ففي كلام الأورا الإسرائيلية about journalism ماشية about سما. Okay, they are giving the space to express themselves, to hold their cameras, and to go and do interviews and so on. ففي كلام أورا Palestine تقريبا. So he's mentioning that even working as a journalist is harder for them. It's another kind of challenge.
Yo, tell him I respect him, and tell him inshallah one day I you know I will do my best here in Malaysia to I would just do my best. I would do my best to help the people of Palestine. Inshallah, before I die, I have to pray in Al-Aqsa and have
ان شاء
coffee
الله.
in Jerusalem.
إن
Inshallah.
شاء الله. يحكي لك إنه هو بيكون لك كل الاحترام ومقدرك كتير 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 وأنت شخص رائع عظيم، وبيحكي إنه هو من هون من ماليزيا من بلده قبل ما يموت بده يحاول يعمل كل جهد يشوف فلسطين محررة ويعمل كل شيء بيقدر يقدمه للشعب الفلسطيني، وإن شاء الله يعني بقدرة الله يعني إن شاء الله عز وجل بدهم يصلوا في المسجد الأقصى فلسطين محررة قبل ما يموت. لعل الله يعني
ان
الله
شاء
يكتب
الله.
لنا إياه. الله يكتب
ان
لنا
شاء الله
إياه يا رب.
للجميع.
آمين. في إشي حابب تحكيه يا محمد؟ إشي ببالك شايفه
طيب تمام، احكي عن شيء انه كمان كنا نتعرض له من قبل الاحتلال من قبل ما يصير المشاكل وقبل ما نواجه مشكله حي الشيخ جراح وقبل ما تصير انه في حياتنا اليوميه وانه احنا صغار بنمارسها. احنا عندنا في بلادنا في كثير مجموعات شبابيه انها بتقدر تعمل اي شيء لحتى تبسط طفل، او انها تعمر مكان موجود في البلده القديمه او بالقدس، او انها تعمر في المسجد الاقصى، اللي هي عباره عن فعاليات، مهرجين، توزيع بلالين لاطفال او هدايا. ودائما كل ما يكون تجمع موجود بالذات باب العمود، باب الزهره، او حدا من ابواب القدس بشكل عام، بتم قمعه. ما بيحبوا التجمع، ما بيحبوا حتى الفرحه للاولاد الصغار. طول ما بيشوفوا التجمع بيقمعوا، او اي شيء فرحه لنا او اي شيء احنا بنعمله بتم قمعه.
He wanted to say that one of the first news received from the Israeli forces. How come? People in Jerusalem, I told you, it's a very special case for the Palestinian forces. I hope my voice is clear. So, if we want to celebrate in Raya or any kind of celebration in the streets, having the clown, having games outdoor, Israeli forces will just come and suppress this. They will attack them because they don't want people to gather, and especially in Jerusalem. I would answer a very important question. Why Jerusalem and why they are doing this? Because they want to force Palestinian people to feel so afraid, so threatened, and lead them to go outside of Jerusalem in any way, directly, indirectly. So they're actually trying to annoy people on a daily basis in everything in their daily life, any aspect of their life, just in order to ask them, please leave. You won't be able to live here. But Palestinians keep resisting, and they know why the Israeli forces are doing this. That's why they keep on staying there, doing their best, despite that it's very hard situation for them in a daily life. So he mentioned that as a kid he used to actually feel, yeah, he get used to it, but he used to watch such attacks since a very young age.
My prayers are always with you, my brother. Malaysia will always be behind you.
نحكي دعواتهم دائما معكم، ماليزيا دائما مع فلسطين، هم فعليا معنا. مش قادرة أسمعك، ما في صوت.
سوري كنت حاطط ميوت ما انتبهتش. عم بحكي انه كمان شوي الاغلب اني راح اكون موجود في حي الشيخ جراح، وراح اعمل كمان مقابله. اذا بتحبوا راح اقدر اني اعمل معكم مقابلات على اللايف نفسه مع اهالي السكان او الجيران المجاوره.
تمام والله يا ريت. انت خبرني اول ما توصل او اي ساعه متوقع توصل عشان نرتب.
ان شاء الله بعد صلاه
ساعة
المغرب.
من هلا. تمام
ان شاء الله.
تمام يلا لك نشوفك على خير.
ان شاء
دير
الله.
بالك.
باي.
يا هلا. Muhammad was saying that he will be going live with us if you guys are willing to, inshallah, or any other people from Malaysia, from Sheikh Jarrah neighborhood. It's almost Maghrib, so sometimes people gather there, or the citizens, the Palestinian in the neighborhood, they go out, and he will go to interview people and to cover what's happening today. So it's an hour from now. Do you have someone else to add? My friend was actually asking me from Turkey. Let's add him for now. And please, Mr. Ilfa, if you feel tired at any time, just let me know. We're gonna be having this
Okay.
frequently. Okay.
Okay.
Hello, Anas.
Assalamualaikum,
So Anas
Anas.
is from Turkey. He's
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullah.
a student. Dia boleh cakap bahasa English, bahasa Arab, bahasa Turki juga. Anas was actually so activist in this live sessions from Turkey with many Turkish influencers. So maybe we could hear from him about the Turkey society and community and the street, how really they are supporting Palestine this time.
First of all, saya cakap bahasa Melayu tapi tak ada bagus. Saya menghormati awak. I really respect the work that you do. I mean, as she has said, I have been in Malaysia for many years, and I'm like our heart in always in with Malaysians as well, and we really respect on how the whole Malaysians are, you know, reflecting to the Palestinian issue. We respect that a lot, and imagine if all countries all around the world have 10% maybe what Malaysians have. It will make really big change. From our perspective, like we are very near to the Middle East, so we were following the issues, the events from very. I'm sorry, I just came after a very emotional, you know, time I was watching, and this is what we want to make people feel, that really we need to feel what Palestinians having and feeling, and as Turkey, we have tried, like as people, as government, as you know, member of parliament, actors, and all, they were supporting 100%, you know, Palestine, and I can say the whole world shaked for Palestine, and Turkey was one of them. And we can see yesterday's the ceasefire is the starting of the victory. It's not the victory for all, it's like forever, but it's the starting of victory. If I might take the other side of how people are feeling there, that I'm following some Israelis movie like. Hello? Hello?
I see Haliza Helmi. Oh. Guys, I want to make a move real quick. Thank you so much for having me. Nice meeting you, sir. Inshallah, we'll keep in touch.
Inshallah.
Assalamualaikum and good night.
Jumpa lagi.
Inshallah. Inshallah. Bye-bye. Bye.
So,